Hey everyone, I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us today. If you're a focused learner looking to literally level up your life, well, you are exactly in the right place. Today, we are breaking down the real mechanics of human connection in this explainer. A lot of us tend to think that being a people person is some kind of magical, innate trait, like you're either born with it or you're just out of luck. But the truth? It's actually a highly learnable toolkit of specific, actionable skills. Charisma is a science, and today we're going to master it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. There's this brilliant quote. There are two kinds of people in this life: those who walk into a room and say, "Well, here I am," and those who walk in and say, "Ah, there you are." I mean, that just perfectly frames the chronological journey of social mastery we're going on today. Are you the person demanding everyone's attention, or are you the person making others feel seen? We definitely want to be the latter.
Now, all the actionable tricks we are covering today come directly from Leil Lowndes' acclaimed playbook for relationship success, How to Talk to Anyone. We are pulling the absolute best insights from this guide, literally a goldmine of tips, to completely transform how you interact with the world. Here's our roadmap for the complete social life cycle today. We'll start with the first 10 seconds, then mastering small talk, talking like a VIP, the power of praise, and finally, working the room. Let's get started. Section 1. The first 10 seconds. Capturing their instant mental snapshot. Picture this. You just walked into a crowded room. Before you even open your mouth to say a single word, people are already taking a mental snapshot of you. In fact, a whopping 80% of someone's first impression relies entirely on how you look and how you move. So how do we optimize that visual snapshot? We use what's called the flooding smile. Most people just flash this quick automatic smile at anyone they make eye contact with, right? And honestly, it kind of looks plastic. Instead, try this. Look at the other person's face for just a split second. Pause, soak them in. Then let a big, warm smile just flood over your face. That tiny, deliberate delay convinces people your smile is completely genuine and personalized just for them. And this brilliantly illustrates our next move, which is called the big baby pivot. When you're introduced to someone new, give them the exact same total body turn and undivided attention you'd give a beaming toddler crawling up to your feet. Pivot 100% toward them. It absolutely shouts, "I think you are very, very special," and let me tell you, it instantly wins their heart. Okay, so you've nailed the body language. You're looking confident, you're warm, but once those first 10 seconds are up, how do you actually gracefully break the ice? Let's pivot our minds away from body language and get into the actual mechanics of conversation. Section 2. Mastering small talk to put people at ease. Here is a massive paradigm shift for you. Small talk is not about trading facts. It's actually about matching your listener's mood and creating a baseline of comfort. But to even start that small talk, you need a hook. Enter the what's it. Whenever you go to a gathering, wear or carry something just a little unusual. A really unique pin, a fascinating watch, an odd accessory. It acts as this crucial social artifact that gives curious strangers a delightful excuse to approach you and just say, "Excuse me, what is that?" It's amazing how it naturally draws people right in. Now, once that conversation starts, never ever give a naked answer. If someone asks where you're from, don't just say London. If they ask what you do, don't just say engineer. Those flat one-word replies literally kill the conversation. Instead, throw out a baited hook. Flesh out a delicious, interesting little fact about your hometown or your job. Give them something to actually comment on. And suddenly you look like a world-class conversationalist. Now, sure, anyone can learn to bait a hook. But I really want you to ask yourself, what separates your average talkers from the true big cats of the room? How do the real VIPs communicate? Section 3. Talking like a VIP. Communicating with power and grace. Did you know that 85% of your success in life is directly due to your communication skills? That's huge. And top communicators, the big cats, they achieve this through super subtle shifts in phrasing. Little cats always ask that tired cliche, "What do you do?" It can kind of make you sound like a ruthless networker or a social climber. Big cats, they never ask that outright. Instead, they ask, "How do you spend most of your time?" It's such a simple tweak, but it makes you sound far more gracious, principled, and like an absolute insider. Here's another VIP secret. Kill the quick "me too." When someone mentions a hobby or trip you've also done, bite your tongue. Seriously, don't immediately jump in with, "Hey, me too." Let them enjoy talking about it first. By holding back your shared experiences, you emerge as a confident big cat rather than an anxious little cat who's just hungry for a quick connection. Mastering this restraint is exactly how you start making other people feel truly amazing. Section 4. The power of praise. Differentiating true praise from flat flattery. Look, we all want to make people feel incredible, but you never want to sound like a brown-nosing sycophant, right? The absolute best way around this is grapevine glory. Sociologists have actually proven that an overheard compliment is far more potent and credible than direct expected praise. So praise someone via a tell a friend. Be a literal carrier pigeon of good news. When they eventually hear that you are talking about their greatness behind their back, the positive impact is massive. Now, for the people closest to you, try what's called the tombstone game. Find out what a loved one would want engraved on their tombstone, basically their ultimate ideal of themselves. Then, chisel those exact words into your memory. Weeks later, use those specific words to praise them. Feeding someone their deepest self-image literally takes their breath away. It makes them feel truly, profoundly seen. Okay, so we've covered body language, small talk, VIP phrasing, and really powerful praise. But how do we put the whole shebang together when the stakes are high and we're walking into a massive, intimidating event? Section 5. Working the room. Navigating parties like a politician. See, politicians don't view parties as places to just kick back and relax. They view them as highly strategic environments for eyeball-to-eyeball, belly-to-belly connection. Their signature move the second they arrive is to rubberneck the room. You stop dramatically in the doorway. You slowly survey the space like a SWAT team. And you aren't doing this to show off. You're doing it to strategically analyze the room, diagnose the faces, and find your targets before you make a single move. Once you're actually in, follow these rapid-fire VIP rules of engagement. First off, eat before you arrive. You must choose to mingle rather than munch, because honestly, food is a physical barrier. Second, maintain open, come-hither hands, palms up to naturally draw people in. Third, track the tiny details in people's lives. Use a business card dossier to jot down notes on the back of cards right after you chat. When you bring up their favorite drink or a joke they told at your very next meeting, boom, you make them feel like a literal movie star. So the absolutely crucial point here is this overarching framework, the great scorecard in the sky. Any two people have this invisible scorecard hovering above their heads. Successful interaction requires an acute awareness of this. Before you make a move, calculate who actually has the most to benefit from the relationship. And always pay deference to the player with the higher score. It's how you ensure you're making all the right, respectful moves in any kind of power dynamic. We've built an incredible toolkit today, from the flooding smile all the way to the business card dossier. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Next time you walk into a crowded room, are you going to demand attention by saying, "Here I am," or are you going to use the science of connection to make them feel, "Ah, there you are"? The choice is completely yours. Get out there and test these tools out. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.